Hello. Today we're talking to Patty Hatter, previous CIO at McAfee. Thank you so much for joining us today, Patty.
My pleasure.
Patty, what are some of the trends that you have seen across the organization, especially when it comes to how different departments, marketing, sales, product, are using their own set of business partners outside the organization? What are some of the trends that you've seen?
It's interesting because CIOs are in a very unique position of seeing across organizations. And what we're still seeing and what CIOs are still having to grapple with is still very siloed behavior across all the different functions of marketing, having their set of partners and systems that they want to work with, sales, all through the organization. And the challenges for CIOs is how do you really pull all this data together to drive as much transparency and insights then across the organization, across what the different functions are doing, while also securing that information, having some number of controls, because it's a huge trend that is only going to be accelerating, but within each company, they have to build an ecosystem that they're using to improve their own internal functions and operations, as well as provide better solutions to their customers. So there's increasing pressure on how do you really improve and build that ecosystem of data, processes, speed, enablement across multiple enterprises.
So it sounds like data and relationships are still a fundamental problem within these organizations.
Yes. It's one of those issues that's been around for so long, but it is still at the center of challenges that companies have. And one example that I would use is one of the prior organizations that I've run is procurement. And so you see procurement organizations really be quite old school still on how are they pulling capabilities from across multiple companies that they need to have unified solutions that they're trying to bring into their own organization, as well as pull these capabilities from multiple enterprises to pull together a solution to get out to their customers. So at the bottom of all of it is really how do you move the data around to the people that need it and really foster those relationships to enable new capabilities.
Interesting. So in all of these challenges that we're seeing, what is the attraction to the Loyakk solution? Like how was it found? Like how was your attraction towards it?
You know, the whole enterprise relationship management space is, I think, an area based on some of the challenges that we've just been talking about is really an area that's still ripe for a lot of improvement, enhancement that enterprises really need. And from a blockchain perspective, I think that use case with the blockchain technology is really a great marriage. So I see so much potential for what Loyakk is doing because they're using a technology, but relative to a very important use case that so many companies across so many industries are really still trying to get their hands around.
Fantastic. So you recently spoke at a CIO event up in New York, and I'm just wondering, what are some of the trends that you're seeing within the CIO community?
Yeah, it was interesting. It was a collection of CFOs and CIOs, so we got to a lot of conversations around cybersecurity and blockchain, and is blockchain going to fix everything was the hope. And my view is it's a great technology. Blockchain itself is a great technology if you're applying it to the right sets of use cases. And I really think with what Loyakk has done of really trying to marry the best of both worlds, there's an opportunity to really disrupt in a positive way what companies are doing and really enable speed, information enablement across a much broader network of enterprises.
Patty, thank you for sharing your thoughts with us today.
My pleasure.
We look forward to keeping the dialogue going.